As far as monuments go, he has one of the best pieces of real estate in Washington.
We have the Potomac River in the background. This granite monument is just to the north is the Lincoln Memorial. Of course, we have John Ericsson here, the focal point.
His inventions revolutionized navigation and were a major factor in the outcome of the Civil War. Yet surprisingly few people have ever even heard of John Ericsson. Marv Solberg has cataloged and documented just about all of the monuments in Washington, D.C. for his website, dcmemorials.com.
John Ericsson was a Swedish American inventor. He invented, or at least perfected, the screw propeller, but even more famously, he was the designer of the USS Monitor.
Ericsson was one of the great American success stories. He left Sweden for England, but when his idea for using propellers to power ships was rejected by the British, he moved to America and developed the propulsion systems for the USS Princeton. The sails were merely a backup precaution. But during a demonstration, one of the guns exploded, killing the Secretary of State and the Secretary of the Navy. Ericsson was not known for giving up. When the CSS Virginia, known to the north as the Merrimack, threatened to turn the tide of the Civil War, Ericsson presented a design for a low-profile ironclad known as the Monitor. The ship was constructed in 100 days and successfully held the Virginia at bay. The Navy ordered 56 more versions of the Monitor, but Ericsson declined payment, saying, "Nothing could induce me to accept any remuneration from the United States for the Monitor, once presented by me as my contribution to the glorious Union cause, the triumph of which freed 4 million bondsmen." It was in 1916 that the Swedish American alliance succeeded in getting Congress to allocate partial funding for an Ericsson memorial. The cause was important. The timing was terrible. After the war, American sculptor James Earle Fraser was selected. Fraser was by then already famous for some of his other sculptures, including the Indian head nickel. Unlike the earlier Ericsson Memorial in New York, the design of this sculpture was allegorical, emphasizing Scandinavian themes as much as Ericsson's genius.
The three allegorical figures behind Ericsson are clustered around the Norse tree of life. We have vision, we have adventure, which is the image of a Viking, and then we have labor, the image of an iron molder.
The monument was dedicated in May of 1926. In attendance were the President, the Swedish Crown Prince, and thousands of spectators. But what wasn't present was the monument, which hadn't even been started. Instead, Fraser unveiled a plaster mock-up which he had painted pink to look like marble. After the dignitaries left, a large block of granite was brought in, and the actual monument was carved on site. The face of Ericsson is stern, and he was a stern, uncompromising man, often known for a short temper. Yet he was proud to call himself an American citizen. He once said, "I love this country. I love its people and its laws, and I would give my life for it just as soon as not."